There were some assertions made during the carry of the bill that have left me perplexed. The first one was that police writ large had a stance on CHL carry permit holders engaged in times of conflict, that somehow police have submitted testimony or have a position on whether or not CHL carry holders are welcome or encouraged. I've looked for the testimony, none exists. On sensitive topics like this, I do think we should stick to facts. We should stick to evidence. We should not wax poetic about the position of an entire group. The original bill was put forward as the Suicide and Community Safety Firearms Act. The B and Gross bill that we're debating here today declares this the Community Safety Firearms Act. Yet, assertions were made that this measure will decrease or eliminate veteran suicide somehow. We've talked about the lack of mental health. It's been affirmed by the senator from the Rogue Valley. It's factual. This bill does not deal with mental health. Pointing out the president's position, Donald Trump supports ban on bump stocks, carries very little weight when you dump that provision into an omnibus bill. Again, could we have had bipartisan gun legislation? We'll never know. Also, I think it's important to recognize that the Supreme Court not taking up a case is not the same as the Supreme Court ruling on a case. That is a distinction with a massive difference. We all represent about 140,000 people in our districts. I doubt any of us have unanimous consideration on this topic from the entire district that we represent. I know for a fact my district's split. I've received emails from both sides. The vast majority of the emails I received told me to walk out. Don't let this bill be heard. Talked to a lot of people in my district, and not just as a legislator, but just as a person that lives in my district. I've talked to a lot of responsible gun owners. They're not extremists. They're parents, they're veterans, they're small business owners, neighbors who wake up early that go to work, live quietly within the bounds of the law. Many of them concealed handgun license holders, not because they want to be heroes, but because they understand that law enforcement can't be everywhere, and they want the ability to protect their families if the unthinkable happens. Senate Bill 243 tells these people, we don't trust you. You are the threat. That's not public safety, that's scapegoating. This bill isn't going to stop criminals from trafficking weapons illegally. It won't stop someone bent on violence from committing it. What it will do is make responsible citizens second guess whether they will be criminalized for exercising their constitutional right. That's the real cost of this bill. And let's be honest, criminals don't obey accessory bans. They don't respect gun-free zones. The person hell-bent on committing a crime is not going to walk up, see a sticker on a window, and say, oh my goodness, I better go the other direction. Guns aren't allowed in here. But this bill pretends that somehow they do, that we're disarming those criminals as opposed to disarming the people that may be the last line of defense in a moment of crisis. I will not support a measure that punishes law-abiding citizens and leaves the reckless untouched. Senate Bill 243 is not justice, it's not safety. It's the illusion of progress at the expense of genuine rights affirmed by the Constitution of the state of Oregon and the United States. And for that reason, I'll be voting no.